Trubiyascha, Creepus and Dubiacha, Patitalam Pabinavio Vaishnavi Maha. So, uh, so today I feel good. We're going to try a little something different. Today, instead of me bombarding you with so much information, we're going to chant Hare Krishna today. We're going to really chant Japa. And before we go into chanting Japa, I'd like to speak again about achieving our purpose. Sometimes at the end of the session, I tell you that I need feedback from you. And many of you are so kind, you call and tell me a lot of very nice things about myself. Well, that I don't need, you know. But what I need to know is how your japa is changing and what your reflections are, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And in this way, I'm trying to actually elicit information from you about this process that we're undertaking right now. So the point of our chanting is that we really want to solidify this relationship with Krishna, which is naturally already there. It's just covered. And we've taken the steps to move closer. So today I want to talk about something that I learned in the Japa retreats. It was about a sacred space. All of us really need to learn how to make that sacred space within. It's there, how to go within ourselves and find the supreme or find our centering place where we can be centered, where we meet Krishna. Um, but sometimes that takes a while. So I have an external sacred space, and most of us have that. Basically, it's you take a space at home, whether you have a temple room, a desktop, a closet, whatever you have. Hare Krishna, Drona. Whatever you have, you use that space. When you enter that space to connect with Krishna. And the mood is always sweet. You go there to pray, to connect. The environment is conducive for that purpose. As you know, the environment we live in is not so conducive for spiritual upliftment, but that's okay. So we use our external space, which will also help us move closer towards that internal space, that sacred space within us. Um, so I hope you understand that. Um, so when we're chanting, we're specifically doing a few things. We're actually calling and glorifying Radha and Krishna. We're saying, all attractive Lord, hey Radhe, O energy of the Lord. Hey Krishna, hey Krishna, hey Radhe, please engage me in your service. So we're asking for something. And at the same time, we're remembering that we are eternal servants of Krishna and that relationship became broken. And we really want to reestablish that relationship, not just superficially, but in a very deep way. The methodology is to chant japa. And we've gone over all the negative things, avoid the 10 offenses, don't chant mechanically, so many things. We've done that. But there are a lot of positives that come from chanting japa that we could talk about, things that really help our japa become so much better, that we connect. So it is that this chanting japa with feeling, what does that really mean? The feeling is that most of us have been in a relationship And I think that when I was a young man, we have relationships, and some of them wind up being more formal, so you get married and things like that. And in those relationships, you're really trying to convey to the other person, if it's working, just how much you appreciate them. And you, in turn, feel the appreciation from them. That's a relationship. It's not just a word, it's something that's active. And what I found as a younger man about relationships was that they were asking a whole lot of things from me that I didn't want to do. But eventually, you have to do them. You care about the other person, so you do the things that they ask you to do. And if you're smart, you don't just do them, especially if you're a man and it's a lady, you have to do them with some feeling. And eventually, all those things that you're doing that you didn't like, you kind of begin to like them, because the result is that the relationship moves forward in a better way. But that relationship is material. This relationship I'm speaking of now is a spiritual relationship. It is the basis of our existence with Krishna. We have a relationship, and that relationship is that we're his servants. That aspect of servant doesn't come with a negative connotation. No, it comes with something very positive. We belong to Krishna, and Krishna belongs to us. And when the relationship is right, there's such a loving and affectionate mood. But we have to be servants. Now, the one thing that can mess this relationship up is that if we're not true. And now dealing with myself personally, I feel as though it's very hard for me. I have to pray a lot to Krishna. I have to ask him to forgive me, because I've come to understand that this relationship that I say I want, and I do, that I'm not true. And that's because I'm already in a relationship. And I'm in a relationship with Maya. And this relationship, I don't know how it started, but it's definitely an intense relationship. And to the extent that I don't want the relationship anymore, because I don't, she's not listening to me. And she knows me so well that she knows how to interject different things. She pushes all the right buttons. So in this pathetic situation, I have to really ask Krishna to please accept me, please forgive me, help me be sincere in our relationship. I'm trying not to continue in the relationship with Maya. And that's pretty much where we're going to start from. That's why it's so important when we're chanting Japa. We've learned so many techniques. We've received so much help from Srila Prabhupada and from his disciples. And there's others who shared so much information about chanting the names of God. But ultimately, the one thing that we have to do when we're chanting, we have to convince Krishna that we're sincere. That one thing we have to do. So if we're inattentive, not so sincere. If we're mechanical, not so sincere. If we keep being offensive, not so sincere. But back to the positive. If we convince Krishna that we're sincere, then Krishna will show up. And I think you have those experiences, and these are the type of things that we can share. Because when we share the positive and the negative, it helps us in our own relationship with Krishna. That is why I chose to speak like this, that I understand my pathetic situation, but it's the plight of the jiva. So this is where I'm at. So let's see what we can do about it. And We have to bring sincerity. And I remember I gave you a prayer that I got from Satchidananda Swami from CC, and it pretty much, again, sets that mood. And it's the prayer is Krishna Tumara Hana Yadi Bale Eka Bora Maya Banda Haite Krishna Tarde Kare Pada. My dear Lord Krishna, although I have forgotten you for so many long years in the material world, today I am surrendering unto you. I am your sincere and serious servant. Please engage me in your service. So, this prayer I will probably come to over and over again because it summarizes what I would like to say, what we would like to say. We have forgotten him in this material world. And it's been a long time. But we're attempting, we're surrendering. Just the fact that we're here this morning, we're surrendering unto him today. And we want to be his sincere and serious servants. Please engage us in that service. So that is the mood. And this prayer, I think, along with a lot of things that we put within us, we should put this meaning deep, deep inside. Think about it. Put it in our mind. Let it touch our consciousness. If possible, put it in our hearts. Srila Prabhupada simplified it. All attractive Lord, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service. So I feel like this, and this is something that we can do together. So as I told you today, understanding that, I want to really try to work on this relationship together. And I would like us to be able to chant. And in chanting, I'm talking now so that I can chant too and not have to interject so much. But in chanting, you go through so many different stages. That's why when Borijan Prabhu gave those 9 keys, what's it, 9 keys, 8 keys? When he gave the 9 keys to the Shashastika, he said at different times you need to use different keys. And I found this morning, and I'm just sharing, because I want to be open with you, because I want you to be open with me. This is called helping one another. This morning, maybe it goes back to this week. This has been a bad week for me, I was thinking. This was such a hard week. I've been working up late every day. And I look, it's 5 o'clock. It's 5:13. And I'm a little devastated when it gets late because I need to be up early so I can read for an hour and a half. And if I read, I was reading something I read at night. So what I'm reading at night is still moving in me. And so in the morning, everything connects together. I read a little bit if I'm reading from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and I go back to that somewhat in the morning. Now I'm into my Japa stuff, or I may be into Bhagavatam. But anyway, the morning reading and the evening reading, they connect. But I need time. If I don't have the time, I sometimes get really passionate. Can you imagine getting passionate 5:15 in the morning? But it's because I feel discouraged. But anyway, I chant the rounds and chant half of them, then I have to do other things. And I felt during the week, the reading, I still get my reading in, but it's not the way that I had it regulated. So I was feeling not so good within. And I think it was Thursday or Friday. I was thinking it was Thursday. I was praying to Krishna and I said, it's been such a week. What will I tell them? I said, I need to be inspired in my japa. I've been saying all week that I need to surrender to you. I don't know how to surrender to you, you know? But anyway, I got to chant my japa. So it was Thursday morning. So I sat down to chant my japa. And then I said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And I could hear it. I could hear it. So I said it again. And the japa was so clear that I just started, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I just kept chanting. And then the key came in, Vandanam, and I started praying. Oh, Krishna, all I ask, I don't need much, but I need to at least be able to taste your name enough that I can keep going, that I don't doubt myself. I don't want much. I'm not trying to be at the platform of Ruchi. Please help me. Thank you so much. Then I realized I just took shelter of the holy name. I was just engulfed in the name, calling, listening, praying, thanking, grateful. And at the end, I thought, Krishna, I thought that I wasn't reaching you, but actually, you were teaching me. I asked something of you. I asked, how am I going to surrender? How am I going to take shelter of you? So you let the dryness come in and you showed me how to take shelter of you. Thank you so very, very much. So, you know, I'm at the bottom level, I'm at the floor. But at least I want you to know that all week long, I thought Krishna wasn't reciprocating with me. But he was. He was training me up, preparing me for what he wanted to carry me through. He wanted to carry me to the point that I had to take shelter of him. And we touched the Gita last week, but I realized this week that was just because I was trying to do something to appease Mother Sita. But then I realized how important it is to hear the Gita and the Bhagavatam, because this is transcendental knowledge. This is not mundane information. This is Krishna speaking, or these are the pastimes about Krishna and his devotees. So Divyagan, this is transcendental knowledge, which is making an impression on our heart. This again is the gift of the spiritual master. So the whole situation is coming together. In other words, as we want to improve our japa, we will take shelter of the process of Krishna consciousness. We will make sure that we can hear, that we read for meaning, for understanding. We'll make sure that our service attitude is nice, that our prayer begins to manifest. All these different aspects of devotional life are a part of our japa. I'm convinced that this is all a part of me chanting Krishna's names, because when I finish those couple hours that I have with Krishna, now I go out into whatever I'm doing, my service or other activities. How much did I mean it? How many opportunities was there for me to serve? What did I do with the other 22 hours? I'm going to meet Krishna and Radha again in the morning. How do I approach them? What does my heart look like? Am I using lip service, or am I actually reaching them with something to show? Thank you for your service. Thank you for this engagement. Please instruct me further. So it's like that. I hope it makes sense. So, you know, I was going, also last week I was going through Satyanandana Swami's living names. And it starts, the living names is quite different because it's a book to study, but it's a book to put into motion. No one does it better to me than Satyanandana Swami. And this is his last class tomorrow. I mean, yeah, tomorrow is the last of a 7-part series. It's been wonderful. I missed last week because my computer's not working right. But anyway, I just think that what he's doing is so wonderful that anyone, I hope that some of you have had the opportunity to hear from him. And I don't know how many of you have that book. So I don't want to present that in a way that the main thing is it starts with yojana. And yojana is a little different how we approach our japa. I got to think about it. First of all, I haven't done the process like that myself. I use different techniques, but I haven't really begun to chant like that. So I don't want to give you something that I haven't done myself. That doesn't make that much sense to me. But anyway, but different aspects of it keep popping up, and the other aspects of the living name is Sambandha, that relationship, seva, a genuine relationship of service, really fixed on serving the Lord's feet. Vipralamba, service and separation, imbibing that mood of serving the holy name and separation. And finally, Sharanagati, full surrender to the holy name. So anyway, we're taking things from it anyway. But that's why I didn't give you that. But so right now we should get ourselves ready. Let's really understand what's about to happen. We are about to call on Radha and Krishna. We're about to approach them, just like you do when you get up in the morning. I'm sharing my sacred space with you today. And we're trying to convince Krishna and Srimati Radharani that today, regardless of what we've done in the past, today we want to surrender and we want to be their sincere and serious servants. So take a moment and get yourself together, and I'm going to set it up. I hope I don't mess it up because I've been doing that all. How am I doing, Mother?
It looks like your screen froze.
What you say, Mother?
Sorry, it looks like your screen froze. So hit the Zoom.
It's fine?
No, you have to tap on Zoom.
Okay. We've been having trouble today. Back on Zoom. You got me, Mother?
Yes.
Oh, I said stop video. Back with the video. Okay?
Yep, you're good now.
Can I put it back? I hear a lot of things in the back.
That's me, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Are we working?
Yep.
Mother? Is it working?
Yes.
Okay. Have the devotees get ready.
Yes.
Just breathe a little bit first. Get yourself centered. I don't have Radha and Krishna, but I do have the combination. We have Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya will take us. You know. So the shanais that I'm playing, as I told you, we used to have this playing in 75, 76. They used to play these in the morning as we chanted japa. So in that mood, we're calling out to Radha and Krishna, please engage me in your service. And I wanted to chant, we're going to chant a little bit today. We're going to chant, I'm going to chant 2 rounds. So we're going to chant about 20 minutes today. You know, okay? Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasudeva, Shri Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ram 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Ram Ram Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Ram Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Ram Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Ram Hari Hare Krishna Hari Hari Ram Hari Hare Krishna Hari Hari Ram Hari Hari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hari Hari Ram Hari 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 Hare Krishna Hari Hare 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 Hare Krishna Hari Ram Hari Hare Krishna Hari Hare Ram Hari Krishna Hari Hare Ram Hari Krishna Hari Hare Ram Hari Hare Hari Hare Ram Hari Krishna Hari Hare Ram Hari Hare 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 Krishna Ram Hari Hare Krishna Hari Hare 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 Ram Hari Hare Hari Hare Ram Hari Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Good. Hare Krishna. I have to apologize again because I wanted you to have a great darshan, but I was getting lost in the name and I just couldn't figure it. I just forget about everything. I was trying to chant Hare Krishna and I thought, oh my God, did you go too far? And I didn't want to really stop chanting, so I moved. I'm really sorry. But most of you can understand, I'm technologically really challenged. I'm beyond challenged. If I don't get some help down here, there's no telling what's going to happen. And Mother Vrindavaneshwari, she just, she's trying her best. But I have serious challenges. But anyway, come on, Prabhus. Was your japa okay? Did you enjoy chanting Hare Krishna?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Definitely.
Very nice.
Me too. Listen, I got to tell you something. Something wonderful. I don't know what time it is, but the nicest thing I have to tell you is that, you know, when we chant our japa, when we finish our japa, we don't want to forget Krishna. You have to stay with Krishna. Krishna told Arjuna, Tashmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmaya yujata. Mayarpitomano budir. I can't remember the last line. You know I have issues. But anyway, it's 8, I think it's 8:7. He told Arjuna, he says, therefore, Arjuna, yeah, it's the 8th. But he told Arjuna some nice things. I want to give the exact. He says, Tashmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmaya yujacha mayarpita manobudir mam evaishash shamshaya. He says, therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time, carry out your prescribed duty. He was fighting. He said, with your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. So this is called keeping our mind fixed. And you know, he said, Mamana Mavamad Bhakto Mamlaji Maskaru. Always think of me, worship me, bow down, offer your homage unto me. Surely you'll come to me, I promise you this. You're my very dear friend. But during the course of a day, there are so many obstacles that we encounter. And Krishna understands it. But Krishna says, much jata sarva durgani. He says, told Arjuna, if you always remain conscious of me, if you remain conscious of me, you will be able to cross over all the obstacles of life by my grace. But if you disregard these teachings and act out of false ego, then you will be lost. So the Gita is laced with astres. These weapons, they come and they dissipate the illusion of our other relationship that we're having. The relationship that we've established with Maya, we have to be done with that relationship. And don't pick a fight or anything like that, or pick a fight with the mind. No. The methodology is keep adding more Krishna. Keep adding more. You know, pray. You know, look at Maharaj Ambarish. Just keep adding more and more to our devotional life. And before you know it, that remembrance of Krishna will be there. It's about moving the consciousness from the things that we no longer want or desire, or we're not supposed to the new life we now desire, which is a life of service to Krishna. So I have a little more time. I think, yeah, we didn't do kirtan, but that's okay. But understanding the premise that I set, I want you to share, and you can share from your experience, from how it goes out. But I'm not the only one speaking here. I'm sharing, and so it's your turn. Hare Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna, wonderful class, Prabhu. If anyone has questions, you can raise your hand, or you can make a note in the chat box that you have a question. If you are dialing in to this class via a telephone, you can hit *6 to unmute yourself, and then just pipe in real quick and say you have a question or comments. So you can use the raise hand button or put it in the chat, or *6 if you're on the phone. And if not, I have a question. So
Okay, Mother, you can start.
I guess I'll. Hare Krishna. Oh, you did it, Sue Devi. That's awesome. Good job. Great.
That's my girl. I'm always waiting for Mother Sue Devi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Okay, so when you're talking
Hare
about...
Krishna, Mother Sue Devi, please accept my humble obeisances.
Jai Guru. Okay, so when you're talking about not just think of Krishna just during japa, like you just gave the example of Arjuna was fighting, you fight and then you still remember Krishna. And throughout the day, whatever you do, you still remember Krishna. So I was thinking, talking to myself, I was saying, if the whole time I am not thinking of Krishna, as soon as I sit down for japa, it's not going to happen. Just because I sit down for japa, I'm not going to just able to think or hear properly. If I had just talked to somebody on the phone, I'll be thinking of that. So that was a good point that you say that it's not just during japa time. You have to make it a constant effort throughout the day as much as possible to be thinking or chanting or remembering. So when the time comes for japa, it will be easier. So that
Yes, Mother. Mother, it's a matter of changing the relationship. Japa is doing something. We're trying to develop a relationship with Krishna. We're glorifying him. We're asking to be engaged in his service, but we're also asking for that relationship. And the relationship really denotes love. It's a relationship of love. Remember, he's loving us, right? They're loving us from the gate. And so it's our turn to reciprocate and to reciprocate with that love. So what it looks like is when we, like for you, Mother Sue Devi, I can give you a very strong example. Your son. You love your son. You don't have to be told to remember your son. You remember your son because you love your son. And and as you go say different things and you're in that house and you say, oh, there's his books. And the remembrance, your consciousness goes there because of the loving relationship. We are using this word relationship, but it denotes action. Where is the action? Where is the affection? Mm-hmm. We have to, and so we glorify Krishna because we care, because we appreciate. No matter how low of a level it's on, there should be something that we have to say, an appreciation and gratitude and affection. We should start becoming attached to Krishna, to the process of Krishna consciousness. And therefore, that consciousness, our consciousness will drift or keep going back to Krishna. What we read, what the prasadam we took, what we heard, what we're experiencing in our prayers, it constantly keeps going back to Krishna because we're in a loving relationship. And that's what we're looking for. Okay, somebody else. Let's go.
Drona Prabhu, you had a question?
Krishna, Haryasva Prabhu, thank you. That was very nice. Extended japa.
Yeah, right.
I enjoyed the extended japa and the explanation early on. especially regarding our the fact that we have a relationship. We're already in a relationship with Maya, and then we're approaching Krishna for a relationship. And
You said
we're in a relationship with Maya. You said, but yet we're approaching
yes.
Krishna for a relationship, and we're expecting both of these relationships to work out. And we're finding that there's a conflict there. You read from a verse. Can you tell us where that verse was from? Because it was really nice.
Which verse?
Early on.
The verse.
Early on.
The early on verse. Oh, yeah, I can say whatever. It's from CC. It's the number is that you're talking about the verse of my dear Lord Krishna. That one where we said that I've forgotten you.
Yes.
That's the verse you're speaking of, right? It's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 2233.
Okay. It's definitely one to learn.
Yeah,
thank you. So my question is, what do we do when we find ourselves kind of trapped? Sometimes, so we may chant japa, we may be there, but ultimately we feel we have to return back to this relationship with Maya. Even that we may still have a desire to still hold on to that, even though if we know that it's wrong, we still have material attachments.
Well, you keep breaking up a little bit, Drona. But anyway, the thing is not much we can do because Maya, this illusion is so deep. Remember that we're called conditioned souls. And we're conditioned souls because we're conditioned by the different influences of the modes of material nature. And I was just talking to Mother yesterday about and chapter 14 explains what those modes are, how they act, how they bind, and how they give liberation. So we're pretty tied up due to our previous activities. What to speak about the three kleshas, how, so we're bound. But 7:14, Krishna said, Daiviye Shagunamayi Mama Maya Daratyaya Mamaye Prapajante Mayame Tam Tarantite. He says, this divine energy of mine, consistent of those three modes of material nature, is very difficult to overcome. So you should know, if Krishna tells us it's difficult to overcome, forget about it. It's difficult. But those who surrender unto me can very easily cross beyond it. Our winning formula is surrender. Surrender seems so far away from us. But if that is so, if we look at it from a humble perspective, and this is looking with knowledge, if we humble ourselves, to the fact that we made a mistake, we made a bad choice, we chose Maya over Krishna. Okay, we make mistakes. I'm sorry. And it's not so easy to get out of it. You're in a bad relationship and it's hard to get out of it. But Krishna says, just surrender unto me. And then he came in the form of Nam Prabhu. This is the easy method. Say my name, say my name. Just keep chanting his name. Keep glorifying him. It's purifying. It's Krishna, So if we keep taking shelter of Krishna in the form of Nam Prabhu, then the other aspects will continue to take shelter. We'll take shelter of the Gita. We'll take shelter of the Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, And as we do this, Maya will let us go because Krishna is embracing us tightly. So it's not how we're going to get away from Maya. How am I going to get to you, Krishna? Because as we go towards Krishna, he keeps pulling us. And there's nothing that can't be pushed away once Krishna takes it. Just, anyway, you know these things, but that's the point. Take shelter. And I'm telling you, I was talking to Ravinda Srupu about I don't know how I'm going to surrender and take shelter. And sure enough, when I went to chant my japa after all that dryness, it just opened up. And the only thing I could do was to take shelter of Krishna's name. Not something I know or take shelter, just like we take shelter of our spiritual master, of Vaishnavas. We take shelter of so many things. We must take shelter of Krishna's name. And that absorption that we're talking about while chanting, that absorption also takes place in our whole Krishna consciousness. We become absorbed in Krishna. Anyway, I hope that answers it.
Thank you. That was very nice.
Thank you. I have a question. If no one else has it, if anyone else has questions, please raise your hand or put in the chat box. In the meantime, I'll ask a quick question. After we talked yesterday, Prabhu, I was reflecting on how I find that if I am striving for this like idea of perfect japa or being a perfect devotee or a pure devotee, I get myself spun out. Like I just get stuck in my head. And I'm comparing and I'm like sitting myself out and I'm just like, this isn't good enough. This isn't good enough. And then I just, and then it interferes with my ability to actually connect with Krishna because I'm so in my head about trying to do this right or that I've done this wrong and that wrong, that all I am is thinking about that. And it's harder for my heart to connect because then it closes my heart down. And I had this when I was, yesterday I was thinking about this a lot after we spoke. And I was like, you know, if I just, you know, let go of this idea of having perfect japa and having, you know, being a perfect pure devotee, what does that look like? And, you know, for a moment I felt a sense of clarity, but I don't know if that was the wrong approach or, if, you know, what you think about that. I feel like I need to go back to like nursery school of bhakti or something like that. I think I just need to start over with the ABCs. Anyway, I just wanting your thoughts on that.
My point is there's two things I hear. One, I hear the overwhelming pressure of trying to achieve certain heights, certain things in Krishna consciousness. And because of our conditioned nature, it is natural that we do that. But this, Satyanandana Swami makes this point. It's not about achieving, it's about receiving. We are to be on the other end, receiving Krishna's mercy, receiving Guru's mercy. As we situate ourselves to receive their mercy, everything becomes done. We have so little to do, but we have to receive. So in other words, we receive the instructions of the spiritual master, and to the best of our ability, we carry them out. We do our best. Krishna does the rest. There's so little that we're actually doing, but we have to come to the understanding of needing Krishna. So what you just said is, I need help. I need Krishna. That is genuine. That is real. You need Krishna. He makes an arrangement. You know, we can't pull ourselves up and accomplish it, but Krishna can open the door and allow you to walk in. The spiritual master makes an arrangement. I used to always mess up the verse. Brahmanda, Brahmate Kon, Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. They are working together, Guru and Krishna. They want to give us Krishna consciousness. So Guru comes. Why is he coming? He's coming because Krishna wants him to come to help. And what does he want to give you? Krishna. So it's just a little twitch that we make. The point is, I'm not the doer. You're not the doer. But you have the right to perform your duty. You have to endeavor. But then the big word is detachment. As long as you stay detached, then you know you're not the doer because you're detached and you're waiting for Krishna. And if you do that, everything works out. And eventually you'll stop becoming manic because you'll say, no, I saw Krishna. I see how he works. Okay. I'll just wait. I'll wait. And you calm down. But I think that your heart and head is in the right direction. This is the purificatory process. We go through all this stuff so that eventually Krishna snatches us back. Maya lets us go.
So I guess I'm hearing even in, even in our spiritual life, we're not the doers. So I guess I'm like the quintessential like high anxiety devotee, like always worrying that something's wrong, but it's like that's also attachment to,
No. Remember your prayer. You ask Krishna, Radha and Krishna, please use me. Please exploit me. Please engage me. Not, oh, I'll do, and you sanction it. No, you want to be moved by the internal. You want to be moved by Krishna's energy, not the Mayic energy. The living entity, we have very little that we do. We're either pushed by that's why we're tatasta, we're marginal. We're either pushed around by the internal or the external.
Thank you.
It's according to our desire. Desire Krishna, and you'll get it.
Prabhu, if you have any
Okay.
time, can I ask a small question? Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother.
I have this picture of Gomata. Can you
Yes.
see this? And I
Yes.
have all
It's
the God and goddess and everything. And I do parikrama and do my chanting. Because I know when I sit just somewhere, my mind goes like monkey somewhere else. So I keep this one and I do my parikrama to Gomata and then do all the deities also. Vishnu is here. You can see that. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar and Gomata. Can you see?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
I do like that and I chant. So is that okay?
Yeah. You just chant.
Because I want to grab my mind to center to that, because if it goes somewhere, I want to bring it back. Like you were showing
It will.
a picture, I was looking at that and I was chanting. So once this picture disappears, and if I see somebody's faces, I don't want to, because I want to bring my mind back to the Krishna consciousness.
Well, the main thing is really the mantra, and the deities help us. But the main thing is to fix your mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. You want to fix on Krishna, and if you find that you can chant the mantra in front of you, go chant the mantra. The thing is just chanting and hearing. That is the real situation, to chant and to hear the mantra. If you chant that mantra and you hear that mantra, everything auspicious will take place. It's fine.
Usually I think of Krishna's pastimes and lotus feet, and that, it gives me pleasure. Few seconds in the mind goes back and I have to bring it back. I don't want to do that because I want something to be in front of me so that my mind won't run anywhere.
Okay. Yeah.
But
just keep bringing it back. Your toe, this chalati. Keep bringing it back.
That's true.
Okay, Mother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for a nice class.
Glory to Prabhupada. Thank you. Glory to Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, everyone, thank you. Hare Krishna, thanks for tuning in and joining us. We lost Haryasva there.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Just a quick reminder, every morning at 7:50, we have a large attendance here on Saturdays. I want to encourage everybody, every morning, we do Srimad Bhagavatam class.
I hear you, Drona.
You hear me?
Yeah, what did you say?
Just reminding everybody that every morning at 7:50 we do Srimad Bhagavatam class using the same Zoom login. So please start your morning with us with Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
And tomorrow evening at 4:30, Sunday program, we're going to have His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj on Zoom. So please tune in for that as well, using the same login, I believe.
No, the login for Sunday is different. So make sure you go to the newsletter and use the login from the newsletter.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So different login for Sunday. Yeah, please take advantage of this this great association that we have available to us during this COVID lockdown. And
What time is Jayadvaita Swami's class?
4:30.
Okay.
4:30 tomorrow.
Wow.
All right. Any final words, Haryasva Prabhu?
No, I just think the devotees, I thank you, and I want the devotees to just start thinking of, write down something that they can share for next week. Next week, I think I should open mic. So take something from this week coming so that you can share a reflection, an accomplishment. Even if something didn't work, something to share about the Japa experience. We don't want this to be just information station. We want it to be an experience. So I think if everyone brings something, some reflection, if they can, that's good. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Gauri's.
Hare Krishna.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.